Welcome back to the damn podcast channel, everybody. My name's Paul, and we're on the podcast channel today, so make sure you check the description down below for the links to all of my other channels. Over here, we do quick updates, that type thing, and you saw the thumbnail, so you know what we're talking about. We're talking about a couple of quick updates in the Daybell saga, and I guess I should say family saga at this point. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, the first strange turn of events was the arrest of Colby Ryan, Lori Daybell's son, with the accused SA against his wife. Now, another strange turn of events have come about, and we're going to be discussing the article now. It is in regards to the charges being dropped. So I'm going to put this picture of the article up here, and I'll discuss the articles, and then at the end of this video, I'll give my opinions on them. So the first one we're talking about is titled, Charges Against Colby Ryan, Lori Daybell's Son Have Been Dropped Without Prejudice. It's by Nate Eaton of East Idaho News, and it was posted on September 9th, 2022 at 3:31 p.m. So Colby Ryan, son of Lori Vallow Daybell, was released from jail Friday, and charges against him were dismissed without prejudice. Ryan, 26, was booked into the county jail in Arizona on Saturday on 2 counts of SA, according to county court records. A woman he had been in a relationship told police Ryan R''d her while the couple was watching TV at her house. A court appearance scheduled for Friday was vacated, and Ryan was released from custody without having to post bond. A spokeswoman for the county attorney's office confirms that SA charges have been dropped, but the case remains open. The case is under review by our office. The dismissal was without prejudice, which allows us to refile charges, Jennifer Leor told East Idaho News. Ryan was scheduled to appear in court on September 13th, but the hearing has been canceled. So, and then it just goes into some of the stuff about his mother. So let's go ahead and jump now over to the update about his mother's court cases, and then we'll talk about all this. So again, we're over at East Idaho News. The title is Judge Denies Vallow Daybell's Request to Send Case Back to Grand Jury. It is by Nate Eaton. This came out September 8th, 2022 at 9:21 a.m. A judge denied a request from Lori Vallow Daybell's defense team to reconvene a grand jury for the purpose of clarifying language in her criminal indictment. Now we're going to skip to the part that doesn't do the backstory to it. Counts 1 and 3 in the indictment filed on May 25th, 2021 are both labeled conspiracy to commit first-degree M and grand theft by deception. During a hearing last month, John Thomas, Lori Daybell's defense attorney, argued the counts are complicated because they each include 2 separate allegations. He and defense attorney Jim Archibald asked Judge Stephen Boyce to reconvene a grand jury so the charges could be separated or clarified. The prosecuting attorney Rob Wood argued the charges are connected and there was no need to have the jury meet again. So let's get to what the judge is saying. So in a written decision issued Wednesday, Boyce denied the request. He said the court agrees with the state argument that both count 1 and 3 are each separate single crimes, conspiracy, and there has been no showing that the grand jury failed to separately vote to indict on each of those counts, Boyce wrote. Now the next hearing in the case will be held September 15th when a request from Daybell's defense team to ban cameras from the courtroom will be discussed. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk about my thoughts and opinions on this, and we'll start with the most recent one that we just did, Lori's. So, you know what? I'm glad to see this take place. I feel like, yes, from a defense point of view, if you take out like personal feelings about her and what she did and all that, yes, the defense's job is to sit here and comb over every last little detail and fight for their client, so clearly they're doing that right. Whether I agree with it or not is almost irrelevant. For me, I want to see justice come to the surface as fast as possible. I mean, this case has been going on for years and dragging this family out and the victims, you know, all the people involved in this forever, right? So anytime they come back with something like this, I'm just like, oh my God, here we go again. They just keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And it's exhausting to us. So you know it's exhausting to the victims of this case, the ones, you know, the family members that are still alive and whatnot. Looking at it, again, I'm not a lawyer or anything, but I'm kind of like, oh, this was a far stretch to me. I mean, I can understand the defense wanted to do their job, but at a certain point, it's like, you know, come on, you know, come on. So also the little snippet at the end of September 15th where they're going to, you know, reconvene about the cameras and stuff, I don't see that going through. I did another update on that. Actually, I think it would come out tomorrow. I don't think that's going to go through either. They might switch it around a little bit to be like, well, don't put the camera over here, but I mean, come on, right? It's not going to happen. And this is just, you know, fighting tooth and nail every little last detail of it. And it gets to be a point of where it's a waste of taxpayers' money, to be quite honest, and it just keeps things going. So now let's switch over to Colby Ryan. Okay, so didn't see that coming, okay, originally when the whole thing went through, right? Didn't see this coming, where he is now off the hook or whatever, allegedly. Notice that the case is still open. I'm just going to say this. Now, here's the thing. I have not followed this case in regards to, like, I know every last detail about Kobe Ryan and his relationship and, you know, all the little ins and outs. So there is that, okay? I am not an expert on that. I will say, however, that something seems very odd about this chain of events. All the way from, you know, what took place, because when it happened, I was like, oh my God, like, you know, I could see this, how do you say it, like a trajectory of the family line of, like, you know, here's Lori, she has her issues. Oh no, it looks like Corey has issues too. This kind of thing, right? Colby, I'm sorry, not Corey. So that being said, it's like all of a sudden, I mean, I can only read between the lines and assume that she dropped the charges, you know. I mean, he confessed on recorded tape and all this type of stuff. There's something very odd about the whole thing, and I can't put my finger on it, and I'm not sure what it is, but I feel like more is going to come out to that story, and so I just want to kind of sit back and watch what will happen, because something just seems very weird about it. It just seems so odd, and especially on the heels of that Netflix series coming out. I mean, my God, right? That puts this whole other lens on things to look at, but it also kind of like puts him and the wife under this microscope now of like, well, what's up with this relationship? What's up with the two of them? Like, what's going on? It just seems like unwanted attention. I'm not trying to like blame anybody. I mean, if he assaulted her and she dropped the charges because of whatever personal reason she has, that's their business. It's whatever they have going on. I hope they both can figure that out, right? Because he obviously doesn't need to be out there doing that to anybody. And I hope that whatever needs to work out for justice and for each of them to be in a mentally healthy place needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there's just something feels very off about it. Also, on the note of the series coming out, I did a trailer reaction to it. So if you want to hear my thoughts about it and watch the little bits of the trailer and what I think about it, go ahead and click the video popping up right now.